home is where the heart twists and writhes, bound in shadow and consumed by whispers long since forgotten and unheard. Home Sweet Home. The vast expanse of violet grass stretched endlessly beneath a dull, azure sky. The lone figure trudged through the eerie landscape, their movements deliberate yet cautious, every step echoing in the profound silence that enveloped the world. A sphere of faint pink light hovered above the figure's head, a helmet of some sort, its glow dimly illuminating the surroundings, as if the world itself were reluctant to reveal its secrets. The figure's destination was a structure that loomed ahead, a colossal building perched upon a mass of writhing black tendrils that seemed to grow out of the earth itself. The building's walls were a dull metallic grey, pockmarked with the scars of time and decay, yet its windows glowed warmly, casting a stark contrast against the bleakness of the alien terrain. This was home, or so the figure had been told. As the traveler approached, the tendrils twitched, their movements subtle but unmistakably alive, as though sensing the arrival of something foreign, something not of this place. The figure hesitated, a wave of unease washing over them, but the light from the windows was inviting, a beacon in the desolation, promising warmth, comfort, and a sense of belonging. Things the traveler had long been without. The figure continued forward, drawn inexorably toward the structure. The closer they got, the more the world around them seemed to distort. The sky darkened, the ground beneath their feet felt unstable, and the very air seemed to hum with an otherworldly resonance. The figure could feel it, the presence of something ancient, something beyond comprehension, lurking just beneath the surface of reality. At last, they stood before the massive entrance of the building. The tendrils, now clearly visible as part of the structure's foundation, shifted slightly, as though making room for the traveler to pass. With a deep breath, the figure stepped forward, crossing the threshold into the unknown. Inside, the space was vast, far larger than it should have been, an impossible labyrinth of corridors and chambers that defied all logic. The warmth from the windows was now oppressive, the light casting strange, twisting shadows that danced along the walls. The figure's sense of unease grew with each step, yet something compelled them to move deeper into the heart of the structure. As they wandered through the halls, they noticed strange symbols etched into the walls, patterns that seemed to writhe and shift when viewed from the corner of the eye, evoking a primal fear that they could not shake. The further they ventured, the more the building's warmth gave way to a cold, creeping dread. The walls began to close in, the corridors narrowing into tight, suffocating spaces that seemed to pulse with a life of their own. Finally, the figure reached a door at the end of a long, winding corridor. It was old, its surface cracked and worn, yet something about it felt familiar, like a long-lost memory resurfacing from the depths of the mind. With trembling hands, the traveler pushed the door open and stepped inside. The room was small, cozy even, filled with the trappings of a life that had long since passed. Books on dusty shelves, a well-worn armchair, a hearth that crackled with a faint, unnatural light. But the most striking feature was the wall opposite the door, which was covered in pictures, photos of people, places, moments in time. Some were faded, almost forgotten, while others were clear, vibrant, as though they had just been taken. The figure approached the wall, their eyes scanning the photos. A chill ran down their spine as they recognized faces, places, memories that weren't their own. It was a life they had never lived, yet it was familiar, as though the building itself had been watching, recording, shaping their reality. In the center of the wall was a mirror, its surface dark and opaque, but as the figure stepped closer, it began to clear. Slowly their reflection appeared, but it was not their reflection. The face that stared back was not the one they had known, but a twisted, distorted version, eyes filled with an ancient, malevolent understanding. The realization struck them like a blow. This place, this home, was not a refuge, but a prison. A trap laid by something far beyond their comprehension, something that fed on the very essence of those who wandered too close. The warmth, the comfort, the familiarity, it was all a lie, a facade to lure them in, to make them feel safe, even as it consumed them. The figure backed away, their heart pounding, but it was too late. The walls began to close in, the tendrils of the structure reaching out, wrapping around them, pulling them closer to the mirror. The reflection in the glass smiled, a cold, knowing smile before the surface rippled, and the figure was pulled inside, their screams echoing through the corridors of the building. Outside, the building stood silent and unmoving, the warm light from its windows flickering softly in the twilight. The world around it was still, the violet grass swaying gently in the breeze as if nothing had happened. But deep within, the structure pulsed with new life. Another soul added to its collection, another life lost to the unknown. And in the heart of the building, a new photo appeared on the wall, a picture of a lone figure standing before a massive, looming structure, their face obscured by the light of a distant, dying sun. A new memory for a new arrival, home sweet home. This story was made possible by Imagination Plus and Voidline Fan Fiction, story and art by Tales of Infinite. If you enjoyed and want to hear more stories, please like the video and subscribe. Also, do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you can always be aware of the various videos uploaded by the channel. Thank you for watching.